Episode number 157. Traitors, monsieur. Indeed. Still more, as soon as monsieur had left, and disappeared round the corner of the street, Monsieur Bonacieux took his hat, shut his door, and set off at a quick pace in an opposite direction. It seems you are right, Planchet. All this appears to be a little mysterious, and be assured that we will not pay my rent until the matter shall be categorically explained to us. Monsieur jests, but Monsieur will see. What would you have, Planchet? What must come is written. Monsieur does not then renounce his excursion for this evening? Quite the contrary, Planchet. The more ill will I have toward Monsieur Bonacieux, the more punctual I shall be in keeping the appointment made by that letter, which makes you so uneasy. Then that is Monsieur's determination? Undeniably, my friend. At 9 o'clock, then, be ready here at the hotel, I will come and take you. Planchet, seeing there was no longer any hope of making his master renounce his project, heaved a profound sigh, and set to work to groom the third horse. As to D'Artagnan, being at bottom a prudent youth, instead of returning home, went and dined with the Gascon priest, who, at the time of the distress of the four friends, had given them a breakfast of chocolate. 24. The Pavilion. At 9 o'clock D'Artagnan was at the Hotel des Gardes. He found Planchet already. The photos had arrived. Planchet was armed with his musketoon and a pistol. D'Artagnan had his sword, and placed 2 pistols in his belt. Then both mounted, and departed quietly. It was quite dark, and no one saw them go out. Planchet took place behind his master, and kept at a distance of 10 paces from him. D'Artagnan crossed the quays, went out by the gate of La Conférence, and followed the road, much more beautiful than it is now, which leads to St. Cloud. As long as he was in the city, Planchet kept at the respectful distance he had imposed upon himself, but as soon as the road began to be more lonely and dark, he drew softly nearer, so that when they entered the Bois de Boulogne he found himself riding quite naturally side by side with his master. In fact, we must not dissemble that the oscillation of the tall trees, and the reflection of the moon in the dark underwood gave him serious uneasiness. D'Artagnan could not help perceiving that something more than usual was passing in the mind of his lackey, and said, "Well, Monsieur Planchet, what is the matter with us now? Don't you think, Monsieur, that woods are like churches?" "How so, Planchet?" "Because we dare not speak aloud in one or the other." "But why did you not dare to speak aloud, Planchet? Because you are afraid?" "Afraid of being heard? Yes, Monsieur." "Afraid of being heard? Why, there is nothing improper in a conversation, my dear Planchet, and no one could find fault with it.